Hello, welcome to the Black Tiger Cafe cooking channel. I'm Chef Bill Bailey, the Nutrition and Food Service Supervisor for Cuyahoga Falls City Schools. This channel is dedicated to create nutritional and food service videos for Black Tiger students, families, staff members, and the community. Today we're going to cook a healthy Thanksgiving feast. The traditional Thanksgiving feast with all the trimmings, turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, corn, and pumpkin pie can add up to about 1,200 calories or more. I'm going to show you how to create a healthy Thanksgiving feast for half those calories. Let's get cooking. Our first recipe we're going to start with is our pan-seared turkey breast with cranberries and sage. So let's get cooking. First thing you're going to do is you're going to fire up a skillet. Make sure it's a nice heavy bottom skillet that we're going to use, because we're going to do some sauteing. Actually, we're going to do some searing in this recipe. I have about 3 or 4 pounds of turkey breast here. This version here is boneless and skinless. If you want, you can get the skinless or skin-on version, but I prefer using the skinless version. We're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on there. I have both salt and pepper in this mixture. Turn it over. Season the other side. And after your pan gets hot, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Not too much, we're not frying, we're going to do a sear, so we just need a little bit of oil in there. All right, now that our oil's hot, we're going to carefully add our turkey breast. And we're going to sear these turkey breasts. We're going to let them sit in there and let them get nice and caramelized and brown on one side, and then we're going to flip them to the other side. Again, a searing method. Searing is oil in a very hot pan, and you're going to caramelize whatever meat or food product that you have in the pan, because you can sear, vegetables and items like that. So, but mainly searing is typically used for meat. All right, now that this side's ready to be flipped, we're going to go ahead and brown this other side. All right, so now our other side's seared. We're going to add some turkey stock. If you don't have turkey stock, you definitely can use chicken stock. But because it's Thanksgiving and it's near holiday season, you can readily find turkey stock available. So you're going to add the turkey stock, and then you're going to add a little bit of sage. So the turkey stock was about a cup. If you add all that, that's 1 cup. And then the sage, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of chopped sage. And I usually put a little bit on top of the turkey, and then a little bit in the turkey in the stock. So make sure it's on the turkey and in the stock. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to use some whole fresh cranberries. Again, another product that you can find during the holidays. If it's outside of the holidays, you can actually use dried cranberries if you want. But we're going to add these, and these you're going to put right in the stock. At this stage, we're gonna take this dish and we're gonna put it in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. And we're gonna get on to the next dish. All right, our next recipe up is our apple citrus gravy. You're gonna start with boiling a 1 cup of turkey stock or chicken stock, which I have ready here. To that, you're gonna add apple cider, which is 1 1/4 cup. And then to this, and you're gonna bring this up to a boil. You're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. About a table or a teaspoonful of salt and pepper. You don't want too much. Remember, this is our healthy Thanksgiving dinner, so we want to cut down on our sodium. And we're gonna bring this back up to a boil, and then we're gonna add a roux. Roux is fat, which is oil. It could be butter, it could be olive oil. I have butter here, and it's mixed with flour. It creates a thickening agent. And some other videos will go over the different techniques of roux, but I just wanted you to know that this is gonna be our thickening agent for this gravy. And the key to roux is you're gonna add cold roux to a hot liquid. So this is our hot stock, and you're gonna add the roux, and that's what's gonna thicken it up. And you're gonna bring this back up to a boil for this to thicken up properly. And you're gonna cook that for about 3 minutes. All right, the next item we're gonna add to our apple cider gravy is a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's gonna give us a little bit of bite. So we're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And we're gonna whisk that in. I do have the heat off because it did come up to boil. And then if you want, you could like turn this on low so you're keeping it warm for the family. But now this recipe is complete. We're all done with this recipe. So let's go ahead and move on to our next recipe. One of my favorite recipes that I even cook throughout the year is the maple roasted sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes. They're really healthy for you, and it's just one of my favorite vegetables to cook. So we're gonna get started by taking a sweet potato, which I've already cut the ends off, and we're gonna peel it. Now that it's peeled, we're gonna cut our sweet potato. We're just gonna cut them into little 1/2 inch or 1 1/2 inch cubes so we can get them roasted. Sweet potatoes are a little tough to cut, so make sure you have a nice sharp knife and a nice sturdy table to cut on. So we're gonna take and cut them about that size there. And we're gonna toss them into our baking dish. And to this dish, we're gonna add some lemon. We're gonna just use the juice of a lemon. We're gonna use 1 lemon for this recipe. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Again, not too much, because this is our healthy Thanksgiving feast. And you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter for this one, which is 1/4 of a stick of butter. And then the last ingredient is our maple syrup. At this point, we're gonna take it and we're gonna cover it. You can cover it with a glass lid that comes with your casserole dish or foil. We're gonna place it in the oven for about 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, you're gonna take it out, you're gonna stir it up, and then you're gonna put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes, and then it's ready to go. For our final recipe, I'm gonna cook another one of my favorite recipes, another recipe that I cook throughout the year. This one is a sauteed green bean with bacon and hazelnut. And just for a little recipe note, the market that I shopped at this week were out of hazelnuts. But the nice thing about this recipe, it's very versatile, and we're gonna replace the hazelnuts with pecans. And it's just gonna taste just as good as the hazelnut recipe. So let's get started. Heat up a skillet, nice high heat. Sauteing is a high heat with oil, and it's a quick cook. So that's what saute means. So that's our cooking term for today. So we're gonna heat up this skillet and add some olive oil. We're gonna swirl the olive oil around, make sure you're coating your pan. All right, now that our skillet's hot, we're gonna take and we're gonna chop up a shallot. I'm gonna chop one here for you. We don't need to get them super small. We want some nice chunks in there. And then I have another one already cut here. But you're gonna need one large shallot. And we're gonna add that to our pan. And once you start smelling the aroma of your shallots, you can add your green beans. I'm gonna use these green beans here. They're already cut, ready to go. They're trimmed. Make sure you get fresh green beans. This is not really a recipe for canned green beans. So we're gonna go ahead and add those to our shallots down into our pan. We're going to cook this for about 3 minutes, and then after about 3 minutes we're going to add some, either you can add water or you can add a little bit of stock. I'm going to add turkey stock since it's Thanksgiving and we have turkey stock. You want to keep the green beans and the shallots moving around in the pan so they don't burn. So that's why I'm moving them around and shaking the pan around so nothing burns in here. So we're gonna add our chicken stock, or actually turkey stock. All right, at this point, we're gonna cover our green beans and we're gonna let this cook for about another 3 minutes. All right, it's been about 3 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and take our lid off the green beans, and we're gonna add our bacon. We already have some bacon already chopped up and ready to go. It's all nice and crispy. And then the other item that we're gonna add is our pecans. Again, this is our substitution for our hazelnuts. And we're gonna let that cook for a little bit longer. All right, now that we prepared all of our meals, we're gonna move on to plating. for watching our video. I hope you learned something, and I hope we inspired you to try these recipes. Please subscribe to our channel. We'll have a lot more videos in the future, and special guests and exciting dishes. Be safe, happy Thanksgiving, and go Black Tigers!